In 1971, the Rolling Stones were at the height of their fame and on the run. But what started as an escape from the British taxman would become a drug-fueled odyssey that produced one of the greatest rock albums of all time, Exile on Main Street. If you like topical stories about the world of rock, folk, and pop music, hit that subscribe button.
And we'll figure out what we need to know.
In 1971, facing massive tax debts in the UK, the Rolling Stones packed their bags, fled the country, and settled in the south of France. They rented a 16-room mansion called Villa Nellcôte, nestled on the French Riviera. It looked like paradise, but behind its luxurious facade, the Stones built a special kind of hell. The band set up a recording studio in the humid, sweltering basement. The heat warped the equipment, the wiring was faulty, and the air was thick with smoke, sweat, and strange vibes. Keith Richards, already deep into his heroin addiction, was becoming increasingly erratic. Some days he wouldn't show up until 3 a.m. Other days he'd record for 14 hours straight, barely coherent, but still turning out guitar riffs like magic. He turned the house into something like a vampire's lair, curtains always drawn, music blaring into the early morning, a haze of drugs and bodies constantly passing through. There was no set schedule, no structure. Musicians would come and go, sometimes recording entire songs without key members of the band present. Mick Jagger, newly married and living nearby, often skipped sessions, leaving Richards to hold things together or let them fall apart. At one point, saxophone player Bobby Keys was fired after being found smoking a joint in a bathtub filled with Dom Perignon. No one seemed sure whether that was the real reason or just a side effect of the anarchy. And yet somehow this madness bred brilliance, the classic Exile on Main Street. The sound of Exile is raw, murky, and loose, not polished like previous Stones records. It's a mosaic of gospel, country, blues, and rock. You can almost hear sweat in the music. Songs like Tumbling Dice and Rocks Off sound like they're barely holding together, and that's what makes them electric. The album wasn't recorded in one clean stretch. It was patched together from different sessions over a period of months. Overdubs were added in Los Angeles. Some vocals were re-recorded months later. But the chaotic energy of that hot French mansion never left the tape. When Exile on Main Street dropped in 1972, critics were divided. Some called it bloated, some brilliant. Others just completely didn't get it. But over time, it's become a masterpiece, the purest distillation of what the Rolling Stones were in that era, dirty, dangerous, and absolutely untouchable. For Keith Richards, it was a creative peak and a personal low. His heroin addiction would spiral out of control in the years to come. But during those fever dream sessions in France, he was, by many accounts, the engine of the Rolling Stones. Exile on Main Street isn't just a record. It's a document of a band on the edge, of addiction, of exile, and it's proof that art can emerge even from a basement filled with sweat, heroin, and insanity. Are there other examples of masterpieces emerging from chaos? Let us know in the comments below. And if you like topical stories about the world of rock, folk, and pop music, hit that subscribe button.
You and I are good as gold, and we'll figure out what we need to know.